screen. I'm not hearing stuff. Voices in my head.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hearing.
It's just like that woman on trial. She had voices telling her to kill her children. That is such. I am so glad I'm not sitting on that jury. Though I would probably find her innocent just because the prosecution are idiots.
Think about the victim.
Oh yeah, I know that poor children have, but you know, there are two sides of this story, and I have been convinced.
Three. I've got one too. It might be different than everybody else.
As
we know.
I have not been convinced either way, but I do know that the prosecution of the state is.
If in doubt, kill them all. Let God sort out the innocent
Well, think
ones.
about it, it is the state themselves. The state, the prosecutors are really doing a horrible job, and it's irritating and frustrating. And it's just causing strife. Testing 1, 2, 3. Someone saw something. Move up there.
Yeah, take a look. So you said, where's the scroller thing? Where's the thing?
Look on the black screen down the bottom on the left. See it moved again.
Where?
It's moving.
Hello.
Right on the bottom.
Hello.
See, it's moving.
Let's pick it up from somewhere else.
I'm telling you.
Just stay real quiet for a second. Hello?
It's looking at us like what?
Ready? Hello? Hello? Still doing it. I've got everything moving now. I'll put the computer up. Let's try that. Hello? 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 It's the computer. We're just picking it up through the microphone on the computer.
All right.
I feel better. As long as I know what it is, I can deal with it. When I don't know what it is, I'm unmuted so we can actually do this thing. 7 o'clock. 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Best of.
There you go.
What?
What?
Would you want to get attention?
Charlie said we had an odd opening.
Whisper. Huh?
Charlie, he said we had an odd opening.
Well, Charlie should be very familiar with being odd. Shouldn't you, Charlie? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's men tried as best they could. When all else failed, they prepared a Humpty Dumpty omelet. And they declared every Wednesday as Hump Day, celebrating with omelets of their choosing each and every hump day across the great land. Happy Hump Day. Break a few eggs and let's get the day rolling. I'm Rayford Brown, and this is Live and Local Real Talk, where we offer you a chance to speak your piece. We're not far away, just 10 digits. Alexander Rhea Wallace, 910-333-0139. I almost said her name. 910-333-0139.
Oh, you just ruined my morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lee Barrows, and it's going to be another hot day. Raver, I can't handle any more of this
you can.
heat. No, tired of it.
Hey, what you going to do about it?
Stay in the house, under the fans.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yesterday I mowed the yard and it about
How
killed
was
me.
that for you?
And look, I was riding. I was on a rider, but it about killed me.
It's harder on a riding lawnmower than it is walking behind a push lawnmower.
I'm not no, you'll
Because
never
the
see.
feet coming straight up.
Rayford, I am a yard princess. I do not push, I ride.
Do you have an umbrella?
You see my little tear when I'm out on my.
Do you have an umbrella or a shade or an air conditioned
Yeah, but at
lawnmower?
the speeds I go, that umbrella would be inverted.
No. Okay. So you generate your own breezes.
Yeah.
It works out. Not a problem.
It has tilt control on it too.
Welcome, all y'all.
Welcome. Good morning.
And we're going to be with you for the next couple of hours.
Good morning, Miss Elsie.
Hey, Elsie.
She's one of my favorite listeners.
My grandmother's name was Essie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. One of my grandmothers.
My grandmother's name on my mother's side was Cassie. Her real name was Catherine, and that's how I got to Catherine.
Yeah, but your name's not Catherine.
Well, it is part of my name. I was named after both grandmothers. We're not even going to go there. God bless them all.
Let's see. I got two middle names for my first and middle name.
I know what your middle name is.
Well, I know you do.
Yes.
Terrible.
Tsunami.
I could be too. I just never could pronounce. Tsunami, that's not a good word to use as a phonetic word for
Absolutely.
for
You
T,
were correct.
right?
Right.
It's kind of like using xylophone for X. What?
Well, we could actually talk about
we have-
phonetics
we
and
have people
spellings
doing
and
that,
names and go into the big
It's-
war over Lejeune and, so.
Well, it's not no war. You lose.
No, I know what it is. It's Lejeune.
You ever
But
talk?
we're not going to go there.
I talked to one of the relatives.
I did too. I had
On the
Jennifer
air.
with Jennifer.
Oh, I forgot.
We called her
I
Jenny.
forgot the grandson or the great grandson's name, but
Jenny Lejeune.
I talked to him in the 70s over the radio.
I'll never forget when she called me crying because the guy at the post office on base argued with her how to say her last name. And I'm like,
Lejeune is the correct pronunciation, but
It's Lejeune.
nobody ever does it that way.
it's Jenny.
Lejeune.
It has the R sound in
It's
it.
French.
But my dad, I still have clips when he was on WECT and a bunch of other places. But anyway, we're not going to go there because there's always an argument.
We got Dr. Rosemary Stein joining
We
us this morning at
do.
7:30. So just in time to revisit an issue what we've been talking about for the past few weeks, making news this morning. More cases of cyclosporiasis across the
Very
state
good.
since last week. We know that a slight jump in cases of diseases sometimes is like reports of tropical waves making their way off the African coast. They don't mean a whole lot. Sometimes there's smoke, but not a lot of fire with those reports. So we'll find out what Dr. Rose is hearing in just a few minutes. The reports from the weekend show that there have been, as of Monday, 929 cases total. Take two. We know that as of Monday, there have been 929 cases in the state. Another 23 new cases were added last week.
Mm-hmm.
There have been a small percentage of those experiencing the symptoms and getting the diagnosis that have been hospitalized, 30 since May. One more last week. Cyclosporiasis, I don't want to do that again, is caused by the parasitic cyclospora, can lead to intestinal illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Although no source has been found yet, the parasite has been linked to fresh produce. Always eat your fresh produce, they tell you. Eat your fresh vegetables. Don't cook them too much. Leave the peeling on. Just wash it. It's better for you. Yeah, buddy. A lot of people get upset stomachs because they eat too much, drink too much, get overheated. All sorts of stuff can produce symptoms that might cause you to think that you've got the dreaded cyclo disease. We'll get the latest lowdown and any medical updates that Dr. Rose can share in about 25 minutes. So stay hanging there with us for that one.
Well, I heard this morning that 2 cases were reported in Onslow County. You know, the highest county in North Carolina with them right now? Wake County. Does that have anything to do with it being Raleigh? And that's where our general legislature is at.
They're not in session right now, are they?
Yeah, I can't keep up right now. I haven't looked lately. I don't think
They're
so.
too
I
busy
think they're out.
politicking and campaigning.
Well, they have to, and it's ridiculous that so much time has to be spent on politicking.
You know, they'll spend more money. They don't have to campaign so much.
Yeah, especially if you're in the House of Representatives, you know, whether state or federal.
Yeah, they got to run
Your
every 2
term
years.
is 2 years, and you spend a year of the 2 years every cycle
Yes, you do.
politic. It's ridiculous. I really think their terms should be increased, but
No,
You know.
I don't want to do a.
no,
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna
saying.
You do a congressional. You do a constitutional amendment. You know what's going to happen?
Well, I know
They will
that.
throw so much more crap in that they'll make.
No, that's the problem
They'll
with
make
it.
it
You
illegal
know,
to have talk radio,
it's a constitutional amendment, and
and then it would
who
do
wrote?
everything else.
I mean, what were they thinking? They give a senator 6 years in the U.S. Congress, and representative only 2 years.
The senators,
the
they get
balance?
6-year terms. There are only 2 per state. So, then
It's
they got a
ridiculous.
lot more congressmen than they have congresspersons, House of Representatives peoples, than they do senators. So I don't know. You can try to explain it, but I'll never understand it.
Mm.
Okay. A dude on the run from Florida authorities is chilling out in the Craven County B&B Hotel. Bed and Bars Hotel is what that is now. I've changed the name just in
I
case
think
you were
it's
wondering.
better than I do.
Bed and Bars Hotel. I like that. 67-year-old Cecil Bowers was picked up on Pompano Drive in New Bern a couple of days back. He's being detained until Florida cops can pick him up here. The 67-year-old man, did you get that age? Make a note of that. That's the second time I've said it.
67?
The second time I've said it.
Okay.
Has outstanding warrants accusing him of lewd and lascivious molestation of a minor
What?
between 12 and 16 years of age.
Dirty old man pervert.
Big word, often heard, lascivious, but maybe you don't know what it
Correct.
means and you never looked it up. The dictionary says it's an adjective that means feeling, showing, or arousing strong and often inappropriate sexual desire.
Okay.
You're going through all of the pins?
What?
The
You know,
word inappropriate is a key word when it comes to the law. The other word, minor, is a major factor when it comes to the law.
right.
Bowers was wanted by the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, who apparently had information that their man was in Craven County. Deputies here found him and have been providing room and board until the warrants and Florida cops arrive to take the elderly 67-year-old man, in case you missed the age, he's 67, back to Florida. If he doesn't want to go voluntarily, the governor will be asked to sign the papers for extraditing him back. Of course, if there are issues, it will have to go before a judge, and the aging man accused of lewd and lascivious molestation of a minor between 12 and 16 will have a chance to convince a North Carolina judge that Florida is just trying to persecute him because he's 67 years old.
You know, I have lost so much faith in humanity.
Horse whipping, not whipping a horse, but using the whips that you use on horses is the perfect without going through all of this stuff for some people. You know that?
Right.
If he's found guilty, if they can prove beyond any doubt or reasonable doubt that he's done this stuff. Now, we've got to talk about lascivious for just a second, that definition. And they go on to explain, without going into the minor part about this thing, that it is sort of a common thing for men and women each to do, adults, their behavior quite often, just a smile as you walk down the street, a little twitch here
I don't look at it.
can be considered lascivious.
What?
Lascivious.
So I need to quit smiling at people?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Hey.
If you smile at them like you do the.
Could you tell me where the hammer section is, please?
Yes,
Hey,
please.
good morning.
Oh, but we're in Food Live. They don't have one here. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but do you know?
Could you tell me which aisle the bread's on?
Yeah.
Hey, where's the bread?
The cucumbers. What?
I sure hope that didn't go across.
I don't care.
You're terrible.
I've had a long night. Okay.
I did
My poor
too.
kitty cat. She's you know, it's been a little while. Robbie's got it written down, the last seizure she had, but it hasn't been in the last couple of weeks. So that's the good thing. But she had one humdinger this morning
Oh no.
in the middle of the
That's
night,
right.
and I'm crawling under the edge of the bed trying to fish her out, and she's bouncing all over the place. So it's
Aw.
but I've not had a lot of rest.
My little dog, he gets to where he starts hacking, right? You know how to dig,
Snorting.
but it's I mean, they say it's reverse sneezing or something. I'm like, what? I had to take him and rub him down, rub his little ribs and stuff like that, and then he's fine. But like, what is it? We need
I need that if I want my back rubbed.
we need a weekly vet to call in.
Who's this?
Wait, don't touch it yet. Oh, it doesn't say. Did they hang up?
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine.
All right, let's go ahead and do the weather before we get caught up and don't get to it until tomorrow. If you're not, well, forget that. Tell me again who it is.
It's Charlie.
All right, it is Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
No, I'm going to call back, I guess, when you have your next guest. I'm just, doing some stuff around my house, but I heard you use the word lascivious.
Lascivious.
And I thought, what does that word mean? And I thought it meant something odd, and I tried to spell it, and I couldn't spell it, so I went to Google, and Google, told me what it means. It's an adjective feeling, showing, arousing a strong, often inappropriate or crude sexual desire. What were you using the word lascivious in context with?
Just exactly that.
No, but what were you talking about? I missed this.
A guy that is facing charges in Florida has been arrested in North Carolina. He was charged in the great state of Florida with lewd and lascivious molestation of a minor between 12 and 16 years of age. And then I explained exactly what the word lascivious meant in the general terms, and then how it applies in the legal terms.
Can I say you guys? Can I share something? I think you guys. Maybe I've told you, or maybe you can say we believe it. Okay, I was molested as a child.
Yes.
Have I ever talked about that?
I remember you telling us.
Who cares? Who cares? I never had the bad stuff happen. By the way, there's no good or bad child molestation, but I never had like with girls with their fathers. Oh, dear, I can't even imagine that. But no. So lascivious, yeah. When you think about it, what human being would want to have an attraction towards a child? It's just not normal.
A sick and useless human being has an attraction for a child.
Piece
Well,
of
no, but you gotta think there's, it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's what do you do with that person?
What do I do with that person?
Yeah.
Boat, 50 miles offshore,
fishing drip.
cow guts in the cooler.
The person is obviously messed up in their mind.
Well, I can cure that. Well, my friends can cure that.
Well, no, you can cure it with killing them, and maybe that's the right way. Why do I have empathy? Why am I trying to see these monsters that ruin my life?
Because I'm concerned about the victims. I'm not concerned about the perpetrators of these crimes. You understand that difference? That is as simple as I can put it.
I had a childhood full of monsters, yes. I understand. No, but I'm just saying, nobody would want to be attracted to it's like men that do horrible things to women, like date rape and things like that. What's going on in your mind where you can literally take advantage of somebody sexually? That's a that's a psychological. I don't even know where that comes from.
The wires got crossed somewhere down the line, is all I can tell you. And
What to the wires?
the wires, the electrical wires that control their circuitry have
No,
screwed up,
I agree.
shorted out.
So what do you do with those people? I mean, do you just like take their lives? I mean, you send them to institutions. What do you do with them?
Well, there is chemical castration. That's one. That is not going to cure just pills, That is not going to cure everything because they got a brain up there does that,
Over.
How am I going to work this thing out here,
No,
Charlie?
but I'm just like,
Charlie,
you need to stop.
no, I don't. He's asked me a question. It's a legitimate question. What do
Right.
you do with them? We don't have a place for them in this society. There is nothing that we have that we can keep them from committing the sins that they've been committing against other young people. Do we lock up all the potential victims? Do we keep them from going out and having freedoms? Or do we take the freedoms away from a bad person? That's
Let me ask you
the
a question.
choice.
Let me ask you, I'm being very serious about this. Do you exterminate them? Like, let's say a man violently beats women repeatedly.
I think
Let's
they
say,
should get
he's
the
in
death
his 40s.
penalty.
He's not going to change. You just exterminate them, or do you say, you know what, well, we got to go to Jesus Christ and we're going to get them in rehab? Or just say, listen, it's just not going to work out for these people. We got to get rid of them. Let's think about it. Even if they procreate, but what do you do with these people?
I don't know. I give them to the governors and all the legislators out there that don't want to do anything with them.
Yeah. The governors, I have our best interest.
We'll write this one down for the judge.
I will say this. All politicians are great.
We'll write this down for the judge tomorrow.
I don't know. I just don't know what you do. If somebody like rapes somebody, it's like, you know what? We're going to put this person through therapy. We're going to.
Okay, now, rape has been declared a violent crime, not a
Right.
sexual perversion. Okay, there is a difference. Seriously, there is a difference. Now, sometimes they go hand in hand, but just rape itself is an act of violence and has been deemed as such in every state in the country.
Do you just kill the person, or do you like put them through rehab?
Rehab?
What do you rehab?
It's kind of like quitting smoking. How they can do it time and again and again and again and again, but they never get it right, do they?
Hey, Rayford, very quickly, I'm going to call back on your next segment. But let's say you were president of the world, and everybody entrusted you with
God help us.
We'd be talking about Rayford every day.
How long were you a sheriff?
I wasn't a sheriff. I was a police officer
He was a po-po.
for a total of 18 years in this country.
He was a 5-0.
5
That's
North.
pretty amazing. That's amazing.
No, it's not. It was three
Yeah.
different departments. I mean, I didn't do it all at once.
No, I listen. I have so much respect. Listen. Obviously, you wake up every morning when you go to work. I'm not sure if you went to work 3 days a week or 6 days a week. Every time you encountered a human being, there's a really good chance that person hates you.
No.
For what you did.
No.
What?
No, but the vast majority of the people that police officers run into as far as routine patrols, the vast majority have made some stupid little mistake, and the vast majority of them are just as decent a human being as I am, okay? They've done something stupid, like whatever. We all make stupid mistakes. Those who do it willingly, and then those who want to fight and argue, I don't have any time for them at all.
Oh, you wear a uniform?
I did part of the time, yes.
So when you approach these people, they automatically put you in a position of power and authority. No. Whenever you see a police officer, no. Your mood changes, either like respect or I'm going to spit on this person. I just think it's a bizarre.
Well, sometimes it's you got to understand. Let's just suppose that you just pulled a guy over, or pull a lady over. You pull a lady over, and she has just gotten out of the biggest fight with her husband that you've ever seen, or her kids who have just had her up against the wall and just have been berating her or causing her nothing but grief. And she gets out on the road and she puts the pedal to the metal and she gets up to 70 and a 55. and you pull her over, she's not going to be a happy camper. I understand that. I would not be either. Would you? But that's where the police come into play here. It's called de-escalation. You know,
Okay, let me ask you a question about de-escalation.
you got to be a psychologist here to deal with this.
No. Okay. So obviously, when you pull someone over, you have no idea they had a major toothache. If
No,
they
that's
just
right.
filed for bankruptcy,
That's right.
you have no idea what they just went through psychologically. What is it? So when you go through the training, is there a lot of emphasis put on that?
Yes, there's a lot of it, and the more you go through it, and the more you act and interact with people, and the more, I'll tell you what, the more good experiences a cop has with the more people, then he carries, then he pays that forward. You have a good experience with, I pull Lee over, and she's just as courteous as she can be, or whatever, and
Yes,
she either gets a ticket or she doesn't get a ticket, she gets chewed out or gets warned, or whatever, it doesn't matter. You get it if you deserve the ticket, you're going to get a ticket. And then, but she understands it because she gets it. And then you take it and you pay that one forward to the next person you pull over.
I get it. But let me ask you a question.
Okay, you gotta hurry because we gotta go.
Can I say it or not?
Yes, go. Do it.
So let's say the speed limit is 55 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Let's say a loved one of Lee's died the day before. She's in a horrible depression. She's going 75 or 80. She's driving down the highway, freeway, whatever you guys call it. You pull her over. You have no idea what she's experiencing, what her psychological what she's experiencing. Why don't you let her go? Why would you give her a ticket for going 15?
Because
There are laws.
that vehicle running 75 or 80, did you say, in a 55 zone where other vehicles are running 55, that is a weapon of mass destruction. 3,000 pounds of mass destruction going down a highway. Hold on. And my wife and my child, my grandchild, people that I know and love may be on that same highway. That's why I will stop her and why she will have to get her ticket if she's going that fast.
She. Let's use somebody else.
Well, he used a she.
No, okay, that's it. I'll call back when you're next.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Charlie.
If you're not on your way to the Blue Water this morning, you're late. We don't get a lot of days when people with seaworthy but not quite big water boat-worthy boats can fish comfortably where the big boys go. This week, however, y'all are going to be fine for the next day or so. Check the marine forecast the day before, verify the night before, then give it a final go, no-go look-see about 4 o'clock in the morning. By 5, you should be on board, loaded, ready to cast off by 5:30. While there's some faint shades of pre-dawn light peeking on the horizon, you should be crossing the bar, not the one downtown. Crossing the bar, going out into the ocean, heading for distant waters where the big fish like to play. This is one of those days you're already late, but there's tomorrow. Today, out to 60 nautical miles, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this morning, but the fish don't care. Thursday, tomorrow, southerly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Friday, southwesterly winds around 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Don't get mad. Come the weekend, I've given you 3 days here. You've been warned. You've been awarded 2 more chances after today. By Saturday, it's likely we'll see another front moving in, a change in the wind the night before, and some bigger waves that will keep you close to shore. You have been warned.
Okay. I feel very warm today.
Good.
We have a chance of showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near 96, with heat index values as high as 107. Northeast wind around 5 miles per hour, becoming calm. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 76. Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 96. Friday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, high near 93. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 80% right around this area, and in West Carteret,
There's
about
hope.
70%, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
Things can change in 24
That's
hours
right.
or 48 hours.
So
don't get yourselves up and tied up in knots yet.
Right. I will say that
Hope for the best, plan for the best, and be
take a
prepared for the
raincoat.
worst.
We're going to play ball.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Over in the woodlands this morning, where Lee lives.
Yeah.
Where Lee lives. Sounds
Where
interesting.
Lee lives. Lee lives.
75 degrees over there, 88% humidity, 29.89 inches of mercury. It's calm and no water from the sky. There's no water anywhere from the sky on any of our reporting points this morning.
None.
Joe in the
Zero.
borough, 77 degrees, 98% humidity, 29.88 inches of mercury, calm. And Joe's on his way over to
Waffle
Morehead-
Wednesday.
Waffle Wednesday in Morehead City.
No, I want a waffle.
Yeah, let's have waffle. James in Bladen County reported 74 degrees this morning, clear, 98% humidity, 29.89 inches of mercury and rising. He had a slight breeze out of the north, kind of weird, 3 miles per hour. Richard in Jones County in the Maysville area, he said it was 75, clear, 100% humidity, just pure water. 29.89 inches of mercury. Visibility was 8.7 miles. No wind.
Wow.
Oslo Bay, Ken's back in town, 77.2 degrees, 89% humidity, calm. Michael up there in Crew, Virginia. That's near, where's that, Jetersburg or Jeters?
Oh, no, it always sounds like he's saying Cheatersville. And I'm like, what?
Cheaters, yeah, I got to look that up again. 67 degrees, that's chilly. 100% humidity, not 29.90 inches of mercury and climbing. Westerly breeze at about 2. And Ward over in Cedar Point, he's right there on the Intercoastal Waterway, 77.7 degrees. That sounds like 3 sevens. Isn't that supposed to be lucky? And the slot machines? 3 sevens?
I don't know. I never win anything.
94%, maybe you didn't get 3 sevens.
Yeah.
94% humidity, 29.94 inches of mercury, northeasterly breeze, 3 to 5. And Randy in Southwest on his golf cart this morning, 73 degrees, 99% humidity, thick. 29.86 inches of mercury, clear and calm. And Brian also checked in from the borough, 76.3 degrees, 91% humidity, 29.94 inches of mercury. And it was calm there as well. And here at the studio in Country Club, it's currently 76 degrees, 99% humidity. And we have no wind, but we had winds out of the south overnight up to 5 miles per hour. We have 29.86 inches of mercury. And of course, we had no precipitation.
I know we don't have time right now because Dr. Rose is getting ready to call in, but when we're finish our conversation with her, I got some information I looked up about heat and the heat wave that we've been experiencing here in North Carolina.
I want to hear about that.
So we're going to throw out some facts that are very interesting. I thought this was the worst summer ever, but I'm wrong.
You know, when they start,
Could it be one any worse?
when they look back in ancient history, basically, and
Right.
the geological history of this country and the world.
I don't remember anything about that.
I hope not. You didn't ride any dinosaurs there. But, there were all sorts of things that when they start studying layers of
Yes.
Earth, when they're digging things out, they check
Right.
layers. It's kind of like looking at rings on trees, old trees that they cut down. They obviously can tell the age of them, but they can also tell what went on during those years of growth.
Yes.
So that's
Is there
it's always
Our
interesting.
esteemed doctor is on the phone now.
We got the number one doctor in the world.
Yes, we do.
Joining us right now.
Our favorite ever.
How you doing, Doc? Dr. Rosemary Stein.
Good morning. I don't know if that's the best doctor, but I'm probably the pediatrician who loves the kids the most.
So we got you. We think you're the bestest. So we're
We
good
do.
to go. And since we're all children at heart, or at least at some point in our lives we were, we're just overgrown babies. How's that sound?
Some of us.
Well,
I don't think I am either. But yeah, sure, you could be that if you want.
yeah. Well,
Sure.
people say, "Where'd you grow up?" I said, "I never did. I don't want to grow up. You grow up, then you got to act like you have sense, and I don't want to do that. That would be trying to put on the airs, that they call it, right?
Putting on the airs.
Putting on the airs. All right, Doctor, we talked about it a little bit here. We now have 929 cases across North Carolina Oh, God, I'm going to have to say that again, right? Psycho disease. The cyclosporiasis caused by cyclospora.
Yes.
I did that twice. I'm not going to do it again. 929 cases total, 23 new cases last week.
I wasn't aware that they had cropped up again.
Yes.
My question is, so they got 23 new confirmed cases, I guess. But to hear people talk, everybody's got a gut problem of some sort or another. Which is like everybody has that from time to time, right? If you drink too much alcohol, if you eat the wrong foods, you eat some spicy chili, you do this or you do that. You don't get the right amount of sleep, like me.
That you bring up,
You can have issues.
you have an excellent question there for Dr. Rose.
Yeah.
Dr. Rose, when you get a case of indigestion, we're talking like heartburn, what is the best thing for taking for heartburn?
Well, medically speaking, I prescribe Pepsid because it's real fast.
Pepsi?
So,
Pepsid.
for medication. So I would
Okay.
prescribe Pepsid for that.
Okay.
So, but naturally speaking, think of anything that's alkaline, and you can Google it. But a little bit of bicarb in a glass of water will counteract that acid.
Baking soda mixed with water.
Mm-hmm. Yep, will counteract it. Won't taste real good, but just and you won't need much of it. Just like a little half a teaspoon in a glass of water.
Yeah.
Will counteract it, or you could put it in a little bit of. I haven't tried this yet, but like a little spritzer water, bubbled water, and that already has some bicarb in it.
Yeah.
And it might not make it taste as bad. But
Yeah, kill the taste.
yeah, kill the baking soda taste. But naturally speaking, if you just want to sort of counteract that acid that you're feeling, think about what is alkaline, and have a little bit of that.
Mhm.
And that's why they say soda crackers, because soda crackers are made with some baking soda, so they're usually just a little bit alkaline. So if you
Mhm.
have a bite of it, you'll feel it when your stomach is upset. If
Right.
you have a couple of bites of a soda cracker,
Yeah, I did
your
that.
stomach, will feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
So those are things that are natural, making sure you're well hydrated, making sure you don't put anything that produces a lot of acid into your stomach. So what produces acid? Fat. To be able to digest fat, you have to produce some acid. So decrease your fatty consumption that day,
Mhm.
and increase the foods that are alkaline. And if you're able to, I think that having Pepsid at home is a good thing, because when you feel that indigestion, you pop in a 10 or 20 milligrams Pepsid, which you can just get over the counter.
Yeah, that's
You feel so much better. And then stick to a black diet after that. Bananas, rice, applesauce. It's not telling you exactly what to eat. It's just giving you a suggestion.
Can you
But
take
that will do it for me every time.
can you take that those bananas in banana pudding? Would that be okay?
Probably not. Just
Oh,
bananas without the
shoot.
pudding.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
one more thing. When you're feeling like that, and I would suggest it for every day. I do this every day, but some good probiotics to help your gut.
Yes.
With
I just started that this week.
good bacteria.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, there's some stuff that
Very good.
I have got a feeling that a lot of these people that are saying, "Oh, I probably got that disease," are kind of like a lot of the people said, "I probably got COVID," so they claim to have COVID. But without a test, you don't really know, do you?
Without a test, you don't really know. I would say that for every test that's positive, there might be somewhere between 50 and 100 that you don't know that you have it.
Yeah.
And you just, the symptoms aren't bad enough.
Yeah.
Or you just don't want to go to the doctor, et cetera, et cetera. So those 23, it sounds like, oh, but that's not that bad, because that's what I initially thought. But you start thinking about it. That this is 23 is
In a week.
the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot more people that have this. Now, I have not had any children test positive, but are we doing the test as well as we should be doing? I don't know. And I don't mean at the office.
Right.
It's a send out.
There have been 30 hospitalized, one last week, a new one, but 30 so far since May. And those are people that, according to the reports that I'm reading, had underlying other issues. So,
That makes sense because you would be hospitalized because you are dehydrated.
right.
So you're either an infant, an older person, or you have some sort of an immunity or some other health problem. That's pretty significant.
Okay. Well, I probably overate last night because I went to a club meeting, a fishing club meeting, and it's at one of these restaurants that is a all-you-can-eat buffet, one of those things, and all-you-can-eat desserts. And it's a 3-course, 4-course, maybe 5-course meal. 3 courses are desserts because they have blueberry pie, thick blueberry pie.
Stay away from the blueberry pie.
With vanilla ice cream on top. I'm sorry. There are certain things that I just don't put it out there if you don't want me to eat it.
I know we started with the cyclospor, and then we got into acid reflux, and it just popped up in my head because once in a while I can eat something that just causes heartburn and it just hurts. And I did have some tablets that I used to take. It was over the counter, which I'm out. But okay, so you gave me good advice there on what to do. Now, things like, this is going to sound weird, like eating tomatoes straight off the vine. And I guess,
wash them first.
And I break out, well, yeah, I do, but I break out into blisters on my face. Is there anything that we can take before we eat a tomato? I love tomatoes.
No, you must
You're
be
stuck.
allergic to something that's very fresh on that tomato. And then eventually, whatever that substance is, it breaks down. I can't put my finger on it. Oh, yeah. So Dave can't eat cucumbers. Fresh cucumbers, he can't.
Really?
He cannot digest it. But he eats the pickle and he's fine. So if you understand, there's a process for that cucumber to become a pickle, and that must break down whatever the substance is so he's able to digest it. So the same thing is happening with your tomatoes, so that if your tomatoes have been left out and they're not as fresh, whatever that substance is has broken down and is not it's not as prevalent inside that tomato. So there's nothing, I don't know, because it's just too hard to pinpoint what it is. And so you're better off just not eating a tomato fresh.
There are lots of varieties of tomatoes, and
that is true also.
And I would suggest that you try, when you got the weekend to do it, try one of those Cherokee purple tomatoes. They look ugly. They look uglier than an oyster shell, but they are really sweet, delicious. They don't have that harsh tomatoey bite that I like, but they don't have it. And they're very good.
Going back to tomatoes, I could buy certain types of tomato sauce, pasta sauce, that's already, in the jars, like at the grocery store. Like there's Ragu, and then there's the store brand, and there's other brands.
Sanitized.
And some of that will break me out too. I have to be careful which kind of pasta sauce I buy.
Then it depends on the kind. Rayford is right, and it does depend on the kind of tomato that each sauce is made with. So look at the tomato that causes the rash, and then if you can typify what tomato that is, then that is one of the specific ones that is causing the problem. Yeah. Maybe the plum tomatoes are not causing problems.
Yeah.
They don't. That's why you cook with them.
Right.
They don't generally tend to cause problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're cooking with tomatoes or you're making sauce and whatever, if you get stuck with having to use canned tomatoes like during the wintertime, You can't
Canned
get the
tomatoes
fresh stuff.
don't bother me.
If you get stuck having to use
Right.
that though, to take that tinny taste out of it, this is just a little
Some
cooking tip.
sugar.
Add a little brown sugar to it. Just sprinkle a little bit in there into the
I
cooking
like
part.
that.
Right, right.
That takes out that tinny taste.
Well, darn. I still love my tomatoes, but
Well,
I
I do too.
didn't used to be that way. But then as I got
And
older,
that is true. We change in the foods that we're sensitive to, sometimes that we're allergic to, and the foods that we can't break down very well with time. And
Okay.
some of those allergies or sensitivities become, you can feel them more. With time, and sometimes they go away. I know a lot of people that they stayed away from a certain food for a couple of years, and the body forgot that it's sensitivity to it.
Mhm.
so I'm not just weird.
Well, she didn't say
I think
that.
we're all weird. I think we're all a little weird.
Yes.
But no, Miss Lee, you are not weird.
Thank you.
Now,
And I love
for
tomatoes.
kids going back to school now, they're going to hear every
That's
day,
right.
eat your veggies now, eat your fresh vegetables and fruits. Always do
Oh
that.
boy.
And of course, this is the thing that the experts say is one of the chief causes of this cyclo disease. So some of whatever's on this stuff, they say we need to make sure. How can we make sure that the cafeterias are washing all this stuff?
You can. It's best to tell the children to stay away from lettuce at the cafeteria because it's on other veggies too. So you want to read about it.
Lettuce
In
is
your
a big
area,
one.
there might be, some veggies have it more.
Yeah.
Pack a lunch for your children, please, and have the little one next to you, learning the food groups and nutritious values of food. Make sure there's something that's nutritious, but fun to eat, maybe. But those are good lessons to learn nutrition with the children. But every time that you pack a lunch, instead of having them eat that, I'm sorry for the cafeteria workers, but yeah, it's kind of nasty. The children bring me pictures, and I'm like, oh, I would eat that. But just pack a lunch for your children. Put a little extra effort. Let's put a little extra effort into our kids.
Yeah, we
and
need
make
to.
sure that they have something nice to eat, and not PBJ sandwiches every day.
Yeah.
One day a week, but we got to rotate what we're feeding them, and you can be creative. And if anything, Google helps us do that. What are 10 great choices for a packed lunch for kids? It'll come up with that, and you can follow a list if our imaginations don't work.
Well, Lee's got a cure for all of them, and she's only got one store she shops at anymore. Krispy Kreme.
That's right.
It's just gonna be donuts.
Krispy Kreme.
That's her main and only food group, according to her.
I know. Every time I go in the grocery store lately, like I was in there the other day, I don't even stop at the produce aisle. I'll keep on going.
Go and look for
I go for
donuts.
the ice cream and donuts.
Oh no!
I'm scared of the produce. But,
Dr.
I
Roach,
know.
I'm sure you'll keep your eye on this stuff with the school year getting ready to go full blast now with the kids. And so good luck with all that and your practice. But
I know. Oh, it's terrible. And that they all coming in at the last moment and demanding their shot records and school forms
Oh, no.
filled. Yep. And they just left to the last second. We had that last moment. And we had one mom, bless her heart. She had just started a new job.
Yeah.
She had just dropped off her kid to the new preschool. And they said, well, you don't have a shot record. And she calls us up and she says, well, can you fax it to them or can you send it by email? And okay, well, there's a thing and it's called HIPAA, so we can't send all of your records.
Right.
Send your shot records.
Oh, heavens.
Well, can somebody be more friendly? And it kept on going until she said, well, can you keep your clinic open until 6 o'clock? I was like, no, there's not going to be anybody here at 6 o'clock. It's closed at 5. Well, I can't get out of work. And it's like,
It's okay. Just wait till next year. You can lay out this year. Do the class, do the school year again next year. Oh, it won't hurt.
So the lesson from that is don't wait until the last moment.
Yes,
because
please.
Your poor little one is
Yes.
going to have a hard time.
That's a lot of stress.
What will the school need?
All right, Doc. Thank you. We will see you
You're
next
the
week.
best.
Just keep us up to speed on this thing. Hopefully, with the school year gets here, we won't have an influx of it, and I
Oh
hope they don't
gosh,
serve a lot of
think
salads.
about that.
Well, one more suggestion. We all have friends that plant the things in the garden.
Yes.
Just have them help you with the veggies.
Yes.
That way they're nice and fresh, and you just wash them,
Yep.
and you eat them with a bit more confidence.
Yep. You know you're washing it yourself. You're picking it from the garden, and yes, you do need to wash it there too, because there are birds and other critters out there. So, but wash your blasted stuff, even if it
Right.
comes from your garden. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You guys have a great week.
Thank
You
you.
too, Dr. Rose.
Bye.
That's
Thank
us
you.
calling us.
That's us calling us.
That's us calling us. Lines 1 and 2. Us calling us. That's crazy.
Let's see what that is. You're live and local.
Hey, it's Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
I wanted to talk to the doctor. When you buy like cereal, or maybe you go to like your favorite, I don't know where you go and you buy like chicken, and it's wrapped in plastic. You know that plastic bag? Do you guys realize how many chemicals are in that plastic
I
bag?
certainly do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely don't like it.
But do you think that stuff, those chemicals, that like contribute to like maybe autism or like
Who
early
knows?
death? Or,
They're not going to talk about it because
Yeah. Well, no,
grocery
no.
stores would be out of business, or they would cost us
right.
$5 a bag for something else. I like paper
No, I
bags
don't.
myself. I really do.
I'm not sure exactly, but I think in the 1970s, autism had a rate of like 1 out of like every 30. Now it's like one out of 30. Wait, hold on. Autism had a rate of like 1 out of every like 30,000. Now it's like 1 out of every 500.
I don't know. I haven't looked it up.
But do you guys know people that have autism?
I know one. Yes.
What about you, Lee?
Yes.
Same one.
Yes. I know several. Yes.
Yeah. It's I don't know if I know anybody that has autism. I don't think I do. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I've known them over the years, but long time ago.
Hey, I've got a quick question for you guys. Did you guys ever, when you were in my youth, I only wanted to do comedy. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to work at HVAC. I didn't want to be a professor of, whatever insect. Did you guys, as in your childhood, did you guys want to do some sort of entertainment, acting, or any sort of like radio, or any sort of like in front of the camera?
Nope.
Like I Love Lucy.
Nope. I was just
Not
I
funny.
was born as an engineer, and then I wanted to be a geologist and do underwater geology, and then all of that. I did some of all of that, and then I evolved into other things, and now I'm kind of coming back around again.
What about you, Lee? Did you ever want to do anything in front of the camera, entertainment?
No. I wanted to be a meteorologist behind the camera.
Oh, be really okay. I just think it's interesting. Do you guys? Okay, I want to wrap this up very quickly. Do you guys have? I'm not sure. You probably have kids. Do you guys have grandkids?
I have one.
I have one. I have two.
Would you forget one?
Yeah. You said one. I said one. I have two.
How old are they?
Mine is 22.
Okay, what about yours, Lee?
My granddaughter is 20 and my grandson is 17.
Do they watch you guys? Do they know what you do?
Sure they do.
Mine lives next door.
Do they? What'd you say?
Mine lives next door, and she's all the time
Yes.
on the show.
Well, I mean, that's got to be odd having your grandparents, like TV, online personalities. It's not normal.
I am the favorite grandparent, so I have no issue.
That's what you keep saying.
That's right. No, I am the favorite grandparent. I bought the best little pony when they were little.
You bought your grandchildren?
Not a real pony,
I
but
know
there
you
was a
bought your-
pony war between the
You
grandparents.
bought your grandchildren.
My pony was better than the
Yeah.
other grandparents' pony. My pony neighed.
Don't do that again.
Well, all right.
Anita's got the donuts.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
It's just odd. Hold on. So it's odd that you guys ended up in this universe where you're online, you've got random people like me calling you. You probably never thought, I thought that as a child. I always, that would be me. But you guys never thought that, right?
I didn't think about radio broadcasts or anything like that. There was no internet, of course. But I as a child of, I guess you could call me a child at was 12 was when I got my license. When I started talking to people all over the world. I mean, I talked to people.
What license? What license?
Ham radio. I'm an amateur radio operator too.
Oh, that's so. At age 12, you were literally talking to people on the road, whatever, around you.
All over the world.
He hears voices in his head.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
I got some. I got we used to exchange QSL cards until the post office upped the postage rate too much. I've got postcards over there from people all over the world, all over the United States that are 3 cents postage on them.
How did you convince your parents to buy you that whatever it's called, satellite?
It's not a satellite. It's just a radio. It's a radio transmitter.
How old were you when you got your first one?
I got my first one when I was 12. I think I took the test when I was 11, and I got the license when I was 12. And I got a higher class of license, and my dad was supportive of pretty much anything and everything that I've ever done. Some of it he didn't like. He didn't like me in my early days doing diving because he didn't know nothing about it except that I was going to the bottom of the ocean, and he didn't care for that. But I can. It was better than jumping out of perfectly good airplanes, is the way I used to say it.
Nope, not happening.
So
it's funny. I taught swimming for many years, and I love the water. I love it so much, and I wish I could find that. Like where I live in my community, I actually posted something online. Like, listen, if you have a swimming pool, let me please swim there. I'll take out your trash. I'll go buy you groceries. I will do chores, whatever you need. No response. But I always thought what a job that I wish I would have done would be an underwater welder. Something about
that's a lot of work, but that's really great pay. I gave that when I was growing up and had was doing sport diving as a kid. When I was 17, 16 when I started, and when I was doing that, I had all of these desires, and underwater welding was a high-paying job. It's also pretty demanding because you may be working at 150, 175 feet of water in this hard hat thing, this big old suit with a hard hat on it, that you got your air coming from the surface that's pumped down to you. You've got big heavy boots on so you can walk on the bottom over what you're doing. It's not like free diving. When you're with scuba, you're not attached to anything but you. Scuba, the word sound, SCUBA, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. You are a machine all unto yourself.
I never knew. Hold on. I never knew that scuba was an acronym. I didn't know that.
Yes, scuba is the abbreviation for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
I never knew that.
So you're a lot smarter now than you were 2 minutes ago.
No. I love water. I taught swimming for many years. I'm obsessed with water. I'm really fast in the water. I can hold my breath. Listen, if you saw me in the water, like, look at this Charlie guy's an absolute.
I'd yell shark.
So fast. No. I'm not very smooth in the water. But welding, yeah. I mean, I'm not really good with the left side of the brain, but I'm not like a day laborer. Hold on. No, I mean, I think I would like to weld for a couple hours. I don't think I want to do 8 hours straight. I think I would like to go down there for like 1 or 2 hours.
Well,
weld something.
That's kind of like generally about what you're going to be down there for, because you can't stay but so long, and you're working in a hostile environment. Just being underwater is considered a hostile environment. That when we're working on oil rigs and stuff like that, you're kind of deep water, generally speaking, where they put you down there to do that kind of stuff.
Nope.
And it's and you're all alone.
I'd be afraid I'd spring a hole in my tubing, or I'd run out of oxygen. Nope.
Or the guy up top runs, so he takes a nap.
Yeah.
And the thing runs out of fuel.
Help.
Yes, go ahead, Charlie.
Hey, I'm just curious. My last question to Lee is, Lee, as a child, I think a lot of us, we think about what we want to do as adults. I always was comedy. Everything was comedy to me. I'm curious, Lee, did you do you have did something like stick in your mind where you said, this is what I'd like to do as an adult, like be an astronaut, a nurse, a cafeteria worker, a truck driver, a scientist,
You already said.
create ChatGPT?
No, I didn't have any aspirations at the time. As I got older and then graduated high school, I went into a law enforcement related field and opened up a gun store and a shooting range and did a lot of security, a lot of private investigations. And then I was also working at the post office at the same time. But looking back today at yesterday, I've always had a fascination and an interest in the weather and love following it, love learning about it, and would have really liked to have been a meteorologist. So if I could turn back all the years, that's what I'd do. I'd go to school, be a meteorologist.
That's so bizarre.
I try to get my granddaughter to do that in college. She's in college now.
So she could teach you.
So we could go storm chasing together. She wouldn't bite. No,
Good for her.
no grandmother. So anyway,
Yeah,
Storm chasing Granny.
I'd do it. I'd do it.
You guys have a good day. Take care.
You too,
Bye,
Charlie.
Charlie.
You too, Charlie. You know, Charlie. We were talking about the heat earlier.
Yeah.
And this has been a just
Horrendous.
horrendous
Imagine if we
summer.
didn't have air conditioning.
I know it. You know, growing up, we didn't.
I know we didn't either.
We had windows that we
And
kept open.
we had
fans.
we had fans. We
Right.
had really hot weather in those days. I remember 100
Right,
degree
right.
plus days.
Well-
Days on end as 100 degrees. So this is not anything new. That comes in cycles.
Well, this is interesting because I could swear that this summer's the worst on record, but
But it's not.
the summer of 1983 stands out as the hottest on record, with Fayetteville reaching a 110 degrees, and that was
In
the
the
state's
shade.
all-time high. And other locations like Charlotte and Raleigh exceeding 103. And now I could swear it was 156 degrees yesterday while I was out doing the yard. But earlier notable heat waves include 1952 when New Bern hit 106, Hickory 105, and 1954 with multiple locations surpassing 104. Excuse me. And they're saying right now in June 2026, multiple daily records were set here in North Carolina, with Fayetteville being 101 and Raleigh 103. What is it about Fayetteville?
It's
Are they slap in the middle of the lava or something? You know, I mean,
well.
interesting, because I was wondering, because I know we've had, now they said 2025 was a bad year, that we experienced some record-breaking heat.
Mhm.
But my thing is the longevity of it. I mean, I know every summer we go through some periods with heat, but it just seems like, and that's Steve calling, it seems like this is really prolonged. I mean, I don't even want to come out of the house. It's crazy. Good morning, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve. What's happening in Carteret?
I'm sorry.
What's happening in Carteret County?
I'm not sure. I'm in Onslow County at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just looked across the bridge for a minute.
Can't you
come on
look-
by.
Walmart.
Can't you look across the border there and see is it still there? Is Carteret County still there?
I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and there's some traffic. That's about all I can tell you. Is there's considerable traffic out here this morning on 24.
Okay, and they're not driving like speeding, trying to get away from something that's happening in Carteret County, right?
Oh, well, I'm running the speed limit, and everybody's passing me, looking at me funny. So, I'm one of them people.
I go,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
The
I've been there
speed limit,
a few times.
The one where the little old ladies split me off when they drive by. And,
Mhm.
Well, if you're going to the Walmart, I think you're going to. I went there last week, and it was Saturday, and it was payday, the 15th. I'm going to attribute the rudeness that I encountered in that store to the fact it was payday and people were just in a hurry because
Where are they
oh
going?
my gosh, you talk
They're
about
already there.
rudeness.
They don't need to go anywhere. They're already there.
Rudeness.
and that's one of the smallest footprints
a super Walmart in
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just barely meets the square footage to be considered a super Walmart.
Well,
And
you-
so it's very congested there.
They got room to expand.
I try to smile and be forgiving and respectful, but by the end of the visit, I was ready to slap somebody. It was just rudeness, Rayford.
That ice pick, were you able to get it out of the tires that you kept punching holes in?
I'm gonna tell you, even in the parking lot, there was rudeness.
They recently redid the store, and they made the aisles so narrow that
Yes.
two cars can't pass each other.
Yes.
Wait a minute. That's a new store. What do you mean they redid the
Well,
store?
Rayford, a couple times I had to turn around and go all the way around the other aisle to come back into the
They
original aisle.
redid this brand new
People
store?
were rude. Yes, believe me, I haven't been in that store
Okay.
in a long time.
Did the government help them design that store or something? Because it sounds
I
like
tell
poor
you,
planning to
I
me.
swear they did. I swear they did. It's insane the way they changed it.
I agree. I walked the store 3 times before I
Oh,
found
for
the pet
heaven's
aisle.
sakes.
Well, and they used to be like aisles that cut straight across and straight back. That made it a little easier to navigate, and they did away with quite a few of those cross aisles. But now you have to go through like a rat in a maze.
Well, maybe that
To
was
get
part of the
there.
problem then Saturday because
Actually, I've never been in that store. I got store within half a mile from me here,
right.
If
You
I
can
have to
walk
go,
over.
which I only go once every 6 months.
Yes, that's me.
To Walmart.
I'm going
I
there
just
today.
don't need to go. But I've never been there. Maybe I'll need to make a trip there.
I've
one day.
usually had very pleasant trips there. Of course,
I was going to
generally-
say in the off hours,
Yes.
non-peak hours,
Mhm.
it's a little bit better.
Do they have Walmartians there like they have in other places?
I will tell you,
The people who
Yeah.
dress like they should not be out of their homes?
it was crazy.
You don't get quite as strange of people with that one as you do some of the other ones.
Oh,
but,
sure.
all of them have their,
I'm not going
all
there.
of them have their wildlife, I'll call it. I'm going to be coming down to y'all's neck of the woods today, I believe.
Well, come on by. We're here till
the people at
9.
the Onslow, the people at the Onslow house were nice enough to invite me to come down there and play some
Onslow
music
house?
for them. So,
The Onslow House?
are you familiar with them?
Apparently not.
Well, we used to have an
Okay.
Onslow house here. It was a restaurant,
It's an
remember?
assisted-
Hotel?
Right. It's
It's not there.
assisted living
1891.
facility there.
Okay, gotcha. I know what you're talking about now.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
You going to perform there?
Yeah, the
that's
event
nice.
coordinator Rachel Bell,
Yeah,
she's a very
okay.
nice lady who reached out and invited some local musicians to come there and entertain their guests.
Music is very
Sure.
That is
therapeutic.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested in, I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I'm going to be doing it, and I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous. Small crowds make me nervous, big crowds don't. Ironically.
You'll fall in love with
Um,
the people.
Yeah. Well, with small crowds, I can see the expressions on their face.
Oh,
And, if you put me in front of 10,000 people, I can't see them people. It doesn't matter, So yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's
I always get
great.
excited when it's going to be that intimate, But
That's
looking forward to
great.
that as well.
Do you ever get in there with a small crowd like that and do a sing along? Anybody can do a sing along with you? You ever tried that?
Oh, I do. I have tried it, and it's great when it works. It's very intimidating when it don't.
you're not going to be doing any heavy metal, are you?
No. I have learned. I've watched some other people that perform and stuff, and the trick is if people don't sing along, you just stop the song and say, "Okay, let me explain to y'all what a sing along means."
Oh,
You just kind of call everybody out.
I tell you, a favorite of the elderly is "Love Me Tender." Do you know that one? I know you know it. Do you play that one?
I can play a piece of it. I used to know it.
They would like it.
It's on my YouTube channel where I
Yes.
teach people how to play it. As sad as it is, I don't know that one by heart all the time, but it's hard to remember them all off the top of my head.
what's your favorite song to perform in a situation like that?
It's hard to say because it really is about the mood. And
Do you get requests?
Usually, I take them. I don't always, able to, fulfill them, but I'm always open to hearing what somebody wants me to play. Because if I don't know it, at least it'll give me something to go learn when I go back home.
Just do not play Amazing Grace because you'll have those people freaked out thinking it's their last day. Okay.
Well, I honestly, I thought about that, but because there's some songs that I do like to play that I don't know how they will.
I like
affect
Amazing Grace, but
I love
the
it.
group. Well, even I was gonna say like Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn.
There you go. That's a nice one.
Well, if you listen to the words, it really is about a somebody who's lost their spouse.
All right, let's scratch that one off the list.
and it's sitting there all sad by themselves in the bar.
I was going to say one of my
Neon
favorite
Moon.
songs of all time was Bobby Goldsboro and Honey, but that was at a time when I was young, and
Right.
but I that, oh well, green grass of home.
Oh, yes. I used to play that on my piano back in the day.
Yeah. But that's why I say, I'm just going to try and read the room. I usually throw out just some random songs to start with to kind of get a feel to see what people respond to. The worst is when they don't respond at all. And then you just don't know what direction to go.
Music is very therapeutic, and it can be very therapeutic.
I can send you some jokes. You can warm them up.
No.
I say the hardest crowd I ever played for one time, I was down in Surf City, and there was a group of retired gunnery sergeants, and there was 25, 26 of them, something like that.
With no sense of humor, right?
Well, they sat down to watch me play, and I played for 3 hours, and they sat there and stared at me for 3 hours. They didn't clap, they didn't smile. They talked amongst themselves, but other than that, man, it was like playing for an oil painting. And when I got done, the head guy, the guy that was in charge of the group or whatever, he came up to me and shook my hand, and at that point, he was smiling, telling me I did such a good job, gave me a big old tip. And I looked at him, I said, man, would y'all to have clapped for one of the songs I played today? He looked at me and laughed. He goes, yeah, we don't do that. And I was like, I
love that response.
Talk about making you feel good.
The only time I seen emotion out of the whole group of them was at the end of it when he laughed and said,
It's
yeah,
like, he's done. Goodness.
Well, that was the hardest group I ever played for. They stared at me the whole time too, man. I mean,
maybe what you should do is you get into the crowd as you're tuning up, warming up, getting things ready, and say, listen, let me tell you a story about one group that I performed for one time, and tell that same little story to them. I'll bet they'll get a kick out of it.
My suggestion is to stop by Dunkin' on your way in and get a couple dozen donuts.
Yeah. I'm completely wireless now, so that helps a little bit where I can go out and kind of get right next to people and engage them a little bit more. But sometimes I'm just background music.
You better watch those grannies with those dollars.
Don't get lascivious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, best stuff.
On a different note, I was watching a story developing, I guess, over the last week or so about the Abraham Lincoln, the aircraft carrier in the Gulf.
Yeah.
And, the struggles they're going through or whatever.
Coming home?
Yeah, I tell you, man, I didn't realize that they had been at sea for over 200 days. They had not pulled into a port.
That is tough. No, it's not. That's tough duty today. There were people that were at sea for years. There are submarines that don't even surface.
Right.
Right. I'll double check. I think on an aircraft carrier, that's the longest deployment. I think is what it is without pulling into a port. But I'll double check that. Don't quote
Whether aircraft carrier has got to have a fairly significant place to put a 1,000-foot boat in. You understand that, right?
I understand.
There's not a place in Swansboro that it can tie up. I will tell you that.
Okay, I do have this for you. It began its deployment on November 21st, 2025, and was planned to return in May of 2026. But it was redirected to the Middle East in January 2026 to support U.S. operations against Iran. And as currently, right now, it's been at sea over 260 to 270 days, making it one of the longest deployments in naval history.
Right.
For an aircraft carrier.
Well, yeah, right now they're reporting poor living. It'd be poor living conditions for me if I'd been on there that long.
That part of the story, I'm not so fixated on because they have issues that come up.
Right.
Or things
Yes.
the part I'm focused on is that this very long deployment that they've been on.
Right. Right.
Some lower class seamen, they never even get to come up above deck. They don't get to get on the flight deck, and I'm sure that they've sent some accommodations for that,
Sure.
considering how long they've been out there. But under normal conditions, they don't even get to come above deck.
Well, you know, there's
like 6 months is, my heart goes out to the sailors on that vessel and to their families who have been, without them on this extremely long deployment. And I wish when people brought it up to officials that they would talk more about how appreciative they are of the sacrifice.
yeah, I agree with that.
Instead of just saying that it's, that's war or just making light of it.
What was the standard deployment for a troop, for a Marine or sailor or soldier, for ground duty in a place called Southeast Asia, called Vietnam? What was the standard deployment time? Just one deployment. What was it?
Was it 12 months?
Yes, 13 months.
Mhm.
Many of them signed up and didn't even leave there. They signed up for two years,
Right.
two deployments, 3 deployments. World War II, my dad was gone for 3 years.
Rafer, you might, don't quote me on this, but look back on this.
Yeah.
They're actual in combat, and then they got put on, sent back for R&R where they got put on a beach. So it wasn't, they got relief. They got pressure relief while they were there during that time.
Well, the good news, Steve,
They weren't on a ship for 6 months.
the good news is
Yeah.
that the USS Lincoln is supposed to be replaced on the 22nd,
Right.
which is Saturday,
Yeah.
by the
Right.
George Washington. So hopefully that happens.
Right. Not to hark on the conditions that they're under, but I feel like that any time it's brought up, whoever's involved, whoever's speaking, should first speak about the gratitude the American people have for
I
these
agree with
sailors
that.
and their sacrifice.
I have a lot of
And
gratitude
let
for
that-
anybody aboard a ship. I will tell you
I
that right
know
now.
you do. I know you do as well as I, but I don't understand why people in positions of power don't lean on that. You know what I mean? It's always been the standard, man. Is that
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
they're under extreme conditions. But even anytime that they pull out of port, they're under extreme conditions. It's not comfort. It's not a cruise ship. And so that's the only thing. My point I make about it is that no matter what side you're talking from, the conversation should start with thanking those sailors for the sacrifice and their families.
Amen.
This is more than is normally asked.
Well, maybe they'll have a great homecoming. Let's hope for that.
Yeah, that, but at any rate, that was the one thing that stuck out to me is that, it just seems like a lack of appreciation,
Yes.
or trying to
We'll see.
minimize the fact that this is more than we normally ask of sailors in this situation.
Well, I'm sure, hopefully, I'm sure they'll be well compensated, probably given some time off once they hit port and
Yeah.
get time to clean the ship up, huh?
They are.
Restock.
I'm sure, it'll be taken care of and that'll be handled. That's the way the military works, but I don't like it when I hear people belittle their sacrifice like it's just their job.
I understand what you're saying.
What
Yeah.
they've done is outside of what we would normally ask them to do. That deserves a continuous thank you, I think.
I totally agree that they should be thanked. We should appreciate them. We do appreciate them.
Yes.
And whether it's just their job or not, it is a job. I mean, there are people that do work every day that it is their job. There's a song called "It's My Job."
Right.
You remember that song? Have you heard that song?
Right.
Buffett used to
But
sing it.
even if you're a greeter at Walmart, if you're asked to work late, you expect to be thanked for that. You expect some appreciation for that. You know what I mean? Even a greeter at Walmart.
Any job you have,
Yeah.
Anybody, right.
It's always
deserve
nice to get that.
gratitude for that.
Yes, you do.
So, but anyway, I could go on and on about that, but that's
Okay.
just kind of my point on that is that, I don't, it don't need to be a political tool, by either side.
Okay.
All righty.
All right, Steve, take care.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
You too,
Bye-bye.
Steve. Oh my gosh.
Out to 60 nautical miles, the marine forecast today, calling for seas that are 2 to 3 feet, winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10. Not much to it, y'all. Great day to go fishing. Wish you were there.
Let's go
A
fish.
slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this morning. And, I've never met a fish that cared. Thursday, south winds out of the south at 5 to 10, 2 to 3 footers again, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, and pretty much a repeat on Friday, southwesterly winds about 10 knots, seas only 2 to 3 feet, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The weekend, by Saturday, it's going to be another front that's going to be coming through here. Going to have some changes. Some changes are in store. Exactly when they happen, we don't know. For you, the good news right off the bat is in the tropics.
We have no cyclone activity expected for the next 7 days.
That's good.
Charlie, let us finish the weather. Okay. Or is it my up?
Yes, you're up.
Okay. Today, we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 96, and heat index values as high as 107. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 76. Thursday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 96. And Friday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms with a high near 93. And I will tell you, Rayford, I came in from working in the yard and my weather station said it was 99 degrees outside and the heat index values of 120.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah.
I was like, Yep.
Charlie's coughing. Hey, Charlie, you all right?
Charlie,
Yeah, it's my lungs. Yeah, it's my lungs. Anyway, hey, listen. Hey, can I do my impression of Katharine Hepburn calling Lou's Automotive Repair Shop, trying to figure out what's wrong with her car?
It's broken, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
I didn't want you guys to hear me coughing. I'm trying to avoid Charlie, you're going to die. I don't want to die. Okay, so here's my impression of Katharine Hepburn calling Lou's Automotive Repair Shop. Ring, ring. Hey, Lou's Automotive. Hello. I've got a problem with my automobile. I need to figure out if you can help me with it. Well, what's going on? I don't know, but there's something wrong with me when I turn the key. There's a problem. Well, let me ask you a question. What sound does it make? Well, when I turn over the car, it goes ah. That's it. That's my Katharine Hepburn impression. Hey, do you guys like it, or is it really bad?
Very good, Charlie.
That was good, Charlie.
It was very good.
You got to hear my.
No, but I want to know what was wrong with the car.
Yeah,
You
what
didn't
was
tell
wrong
me
with
the
the
other
car?
star part of the story. What was wrong with the car? You don't know, do you?
It had the shakes.
She's got a lot of issues. You got to, listen. She started off really. What happened to her voice?
Isn't she dead?
Yes.
Huh? Yeah. How about Jimmy? Oh, let me do another impression for you guys. Let me see. Jimmy Stewart fighting with the ice cream guy. What's it called when you go to? What's it called? The soda shop?
They used to be the soda shops, yes.
The Dairy Queen.
Okay, here's my impression.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. Here's my. I'm going to fix that one. Here's my impression of Jimmy Stewart walking into a soda shop. Okay? He opens the door. Oh, sir, how are you? Well, I'm fine. Well, what's going on with you? Well, nothing's going on with me, sir. Would you like some ice cream? Well, I can do it. I'll do it another time. I got nothing.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie.
Can I do one brilliant impression where you're going to say, you know what? I think Charlie has talent. Can I do one brilliant impression for you?
All right.
Well, this is, you know who I am. I don't even have to say my name. All I'm going to say is, do it for the Gipper.
Ronald Reagan.
No, Nixon.
Yeah? He sounded more like Ronald Reagan to me. I got a story for you close to home, Rayford.
Shoot.
I just have to tell you this one. The Lenore County Sheriff's Office said a Kinston man was arrested in connection to a home invasion and shooting back this past July. Deputies said they, along with Snow Hill police officers, went to an apartment. They believed that the suspect, Horace Smith, 30 years of age, they believed that he was hiding. And Smith eventually did come to the door, and when law enforcement announced their presence, but eventually exited peacefully and was taken into custody without incident. Guess how they knew where to go find him?
Crime Stoppers.
No.
What?
It is, they received a notification from a flock camera indicating he was traveling into Greene County. He got flocked.
You got blocked.
He got flocked, Rayford.
No, always wanted to say that.
For you anti-flockers, that's what.
So this is a very dangerous man that broke
Yes.
into a house.
Home invasion and robbery, yes.
And had a gun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he had a
So
dangerous weapon.
he posed a danger to the public at large.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a flock camera notified, law enforcement, hey, he just passed through. I was in Greene County last night while driving through it. But, I thought that was an interesting story. I just wanted to bring it up.
All right, I'm going to put a couple things out here for you.
All right, go right ahead.
So,
Go right
historically speaking,
All right.
The USS Midway.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that boat? The USS Midway.
Familiar with it, yes.
An aircraft carrier. 332 days at sea during the Vietnam War from 1972 to 1973. The USS Coral Sea. 1965, 329 days at sea. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford, 326 days between 2025 and 2026. Those are 3 ships that I pulled up, all aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
Just to point out.
My brother was in the Navy, my older brother, and I know he spent a lot of time in the sea, on the sea.
I did not spend much time on aircraft carriers because I wasn't in the Navy, but I did spend some time on on 2 different aircraft carriers, one the Kennedy, one the America, which are both underwater now.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, they scrapped them.
What you remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about an audit that our state auditor did on Rocky Mount and
Yes,
all
I
the
did.
crazy spending and stuff that they were doing.
Yes, I did.
Well, now they're being investigated because several city staff and council from the city of Rocky Mount, they are attending a power utility conference at a 4-star luxury resort in Virginia. And this is as residents of Rocky Mount are facing rising utility bills because the city's got an ongoing financial crisis there. But it says several city staff and council from the city of Rocky Mount are attending. And Bradley Walters, Rocky Mount's current director of energy resources, acknowledged the optics of the situation. And he said, I'm not thrilled about the location myself. At least several workers with energy resources and 2 city council members have traveled to Hot Springs, Virginia, for the 2026 Electric Cities Conference, a convention for independent power utility companies for cities within North Carolina. And it says for several months, travel and training were limited as a result of the financial restrictions put into place to help stabilize the city's
So now they're making up for it,
financials.
aren't they?
Right. However, Walter said this year's conference fell outside of that restriction window.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Special exception.
Yeah, it was a special
Did
exception.
they get special rates? No.
No, I doubt it.
What do you think
It's
about when you
continuous.
think of Vermont? What do you think about?
I think about maple syrup.
Okay, along with his production of maple syrup,
Snow.
really great maple syrup,
Right.
Vermont is also #1, according to CNBC, as the best place to live in the United States of America.
Really? What's the tax rate? What's the property tax?
Now, you want to know why?
Why?
It's not because of the syrup.
Why?
But because Vermont was the first state to enshrine abortion in its constitution,
What?
and CNBC gave it a perfect score for the 5th year in a row.
CNBC or
The
idiots.
digital network says Vermont has 0 weaknesses. Want to know who's number 4?
I can't wait to hear.
Minnesota.
Well,
By the same digital network, CNBC praised Governor Tim Walz for making sure that the state laws support legalized murder of
Yeah,
unborn
sure.
children.
we're not going to talk about the
Did you hear me
millions.
what I said?
Yes.
Supporting the legalized murder of unborn children. Of course, CNBC did not note the much publicized fact that the governor has a record of being okay with letting babies who were born alive after the abortions were botched to die without any life-saving procedures to be performed. He's okay with that.
He needs to go to jail. He needs to
All
go
of this
to
is
prison.
according to releases from the Students for Life organization, who takes credit for sending Republican Phil Berger, we know him, to the sidelines when Republican voters selected as his nominee replacement retired Sheriff Sam Page, a longtime pro-life supporter. The Students for Life organization claims Senator Berger had blocked pro-life legislation in North Carolina time and again and again. Not judging or arguing, don't get me wrong. I don't know, but we do know how powerful Berger has been in the state Senate. He's been there since, 2000? And how he has rankled a lot of his fellow senators, Democrats and Republicans alike. And apparently his Republican constituents, they're the ones who unelected him. Remember the commercials for 7-Up back in the day when soft drinks ad agency came up with the slogan, "It's the Uncola"? Maybe we need to refer to politicians who lose re-election bids as the unelected. Along with being a stormy weather observer, it's perfect that Lee deals with a lot of stormy weather in the political world as well. So a strong man in the Senate carried a lot of weight in getting things done. With him out of the picture, who will take his place as a Senate President pro tem? Certainly not likely a newbie, even if Sheriff Page is successful in winning the Senate seat in November. Without a doubt, it's another race that the Democrats are going to try to take over in November, right?
Oh, sure,
But
sure.
Who could, let's suppose that, the Republicans keep control of the Senate in North Carolina. Who is out there?
I know a couple
Besides
names, and
my suggestion.
I know one name that was kind of hinted at who would be, but I can't think of what his name is right now.
Okay.
God, I'll find out. But yeah, I was kind of told like it'll probably be such and such, but
Always
can't
not going to be
remember
from
the
around
name.
this party where it is.
No.
It's going to be from somewhere out there.
It should be our senator.
That's what I said.
Our senator's top
He's
notch.
got the experience both inside the Senate as a senator and also lots of other experience, including military.
Right.
He's. I can't think of a better person for that position.
I
in the
agree
Senate
with
now.
you.
But I guess he's not politically nice enough. He's
Well, no,
reasonable.
yeah, we don't know the reasons why. Maybe they said we want you to be our leader, and he said no. I mean, it's not like the man has nothing else to do. He's got several
Yeah.
businesses
Very successful ones.
and family, and But hey, I vote for him.
What we've got to do around here is time for me to plug again, right?
Oh no. Okay, go ahead, play.
We got to get our butts out to the polls. We're not
Yes, we
that
do.
far away. We're less than 2 months from early voting.
Okay, I had this page ready for you, Rayford.
I know you do. I guarantee you. got
Here it
ready.
is. Onslow County Board of Elections, election information, November 3rd, 2026, general election
That
schedule,
part.
early voting locations to be determined, early voting dates and
Christ.
times to be determined.
Well, let me tell you the dates that it will start. The 15th of October.
That's right. We know
Whether
that.
they like it or not at the Board of Elections here in Onslow County, it's going to start then, so God help them if they're not ready. Right?
Oh, I'm sure they'll be ready. Yeah.
Well, they got to drive all the way from Wilmington to get here.
Oh, you're talking about the director.
That's who runs the show.
Yeah.
I don't care whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or you're one of me. We, as North Carolinians, we have got to turn out for this upcoming election. We do not want to go down here in Oslo County again as bad as we were in the primary. Well, we had it all licked. We just didn't need to be there. Yes, you do need to be there. You need to have a say in whoever is selected to run in the November election. You, we, I, me, all of us need to be there. Only 11% of us turned out. Where were y'all? Where were the other 89% of you sitting on your dead arses? That's where you were. You had all the time early voting.
Yes.
You didn't show up for that either.
Well, I will tell you, you brought to mind today in Holly Ridge at the Community Center from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is a candidate meet and greet. So for all of you that live out in that area, it's just a hop and a skip. Go over there. Not all candidates will be there, but a good amount of the local candidates will be. So here's your opportunity to go meet them, ask questions, and get a little bit of information behind your belt.
I don't want a little handful of the voters, 100 and how many thousand in Oslo County?
Like 120,
120,000 plus voters are registered here in Oslo County. I don't want a handful of us be the ones to decide who will decide how much taxes we're going to be paying. Remember, there are county commission candidates on this thing. You understand that?
You bring up a very good point. You don't get up, you don't go vote, but yet you'll go to a county commissioner meeting and speak public comment and complain. Tell me.
How far can we ignore the school board and let them decide how best to deal with education issues without any support from us or guidance from us? We, the people. We pick those school board members.
Yes, we do.
And as history has shown, we ain't always done a real good job. That's because we ain't educating ourselves about it. 11% of the county's 120 plus thousand voters turned out in the primary. 89% of y'all, of us, 89%, the 89% that did not vote, y'all don't care which candidates will run in November, eliminating perhaps some very qualified candidates from even being given a fair shot at positions when all of the voters will be able to vote. Your lack of choices is your own doing. My lack of choices is your doing. If you did not vote, you should never have anything negative to say about any of those who are elected in November.
You want to know our total voting registered here in Oslo now? 135,523.
135,000 people.
Right. This should be...
First day of early voting is October 15th.
Yes.
You have time to register now to be able to vote legally. If you wait until Election Day to register and vote, are you absolutely sure that there will be time to check you out to make sure you're qualified and can vote here legally? You can vote, you can cast your vote, but it's going to be called what they call a provisional ballot. If they can't find records of you, you don't show up to prove what you say that you are, or that you are a legal resident of here. Why don't you do it in advance instead of waiting until after the fact to have to do it? Do yourself a favor and save the rest of us some tax money. Check to make sure you are registered to vote where you actually live. If you've moved or have changed your name, marriage, divorce, or maybe, you're in witness protection. I don't know. Get right with the Board of Elections. Do your homework, regardless of party affiliation, and get legalized so you can vote. And then make sure you make a day of it.
Wow.
It'll take you 15 minutes at the polls. It burns me up that 11%. You don't know how mad that makes me every time I hear about it. 11% turned out.
11.44. And I researched all the way back to 2014 records online, and that's the lowest we've ever been. So we need to get out there and vote. Now, look, there's groups that are out there knocking on doors every day. I know I've been out with door knocking, and some people look at us like, what election? And other people are like, oh, yes, I'm going to be there. And we've had some great conversations at doors, but it's just, do you think it's because people are generally fed up with politics right now?
No, I don't think they'd want to take the time out of their busy little lives doing nothing for the most part.
Right.
To actually do their civic duty. I don't think were taught in school enough. Obviously, the young ones who are 18 and older now, who can legally vote, they don't learn.
And a lot of people don't think it's important because it's not a presidential election. It's a general election. But let me tell you, in the state of North Carolina, we have a U.S. Senate seat up.
Which is one of 100 in the country.
We have 14 U.S. House seats that are up for election, re-election, or election. One North Carolina Supreme Court Associate Justice seat that's open. 3 North Carolina Court of Appeals judge seats. We have statewide referendums. We have 50 North Carolina Senate seats, 1 for each county. We have, I'm sorry, not 1 for each county. 50 North Carolina Senate seats and 120 North Carolina House seats. We have local judges and district attorneys, and then we have county seats like sheriff, county commissioners, board of education members. And in some jurisdictions, there's municipality that is into it, which I think is what we ought to do here in Oslo. But
save money that way.
Yeah, save a lot of money.
Get more voters.
And you get more voters out.
If we just are this complacent, I don't know that this county could be easily taken over by a very small group of individuals. We could easily take over the city. 2 wards. I can bring enough people to move into those wards on their boats, live in their boats long enough to be registered and take over 2 wards in this city. Because they could live in this city in those 2 wards. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you want me to throw an election? I can do that.
Yeah.
Would that not be hilarious?
I still think they should do away with wards in the city. My opinion.
I've got room on my boat for
large.
4 voters. 4 voters to sleep.
That
and
would
live
be
there.
a nightmare for the local board of elections. You do
Would it
understand
not?
that. I mean,
They deserve it.
ready for it. I will tell you that the people that work down there at the Board of Elections here in Oslo County, nice,
Not them,
wonderful
they.
people. Yeah.
They, as in our.
Yes, I understand
Government.
what you're saying. But
When you said that people don't think this election is so important, let me tell you, with the 7 members of our Onslow County Board of Commissioners, that alone, they will cost you more or do more for you than the President of the United States will in his last 2 years of office. Because he doesn't know you. These people have more impact on your daily lives than the President of the United States has on your daily lives.
well, that's very true, because what happens in your own community is what affects you the most.
That's right.
Or what if the city decided we're only going to do garbage pickup once a month?
Well, let's just do a little bit of math here. There are 220,000 people in Onslow County now. Okay.
Something like that, yes.
Okay, 220,000 people.
I don't remember
not
exactly.
Voters, 135,000. 220 plus thousand people who live in Onslow County. The county commissioners, 7 people, will make decisions for those 220,000 people.
Right. July 1st, 2025, it said 217,175. So we've grown since then too. So
Yeah.
we're the 13th most populous county in North Carolina.
So each one of those 7 individuals, you will be affected by that one person's decisions more than you will be affected by the president's decision, because he has 350 million people that he has to spread his wealth among.
That's like decisions made at the city council. Affects you, affects me, because we live in the city.
And what irritates me about the ward is the people who
you can't vote for everyone.
Those people who run and are elected from a ward, 4 different wards in the city, right? There are two other councilmen who are elected at large by everybody. But those 4 individuals, they're elected by a smaller group of individuals in each one of those wards, the districts, right? And 2 of those wards, districts, are really small as far as the actual number of people who vote in them.
Right.
The problem is they, regardless of how many people are in their wards, their decisions affect every one of us who live anywhere in the city. All of us. We can't vote for them.
That's right.
I can only vote for 3 people. One of them who I live in the district, right? That ward. And then 2 at large. So there are 3 council people that I cannot vote for. And their decisions affect me. But I can't vote for them. I can't vote against them or for them.
A lot of the argument has been, by having it that way, small neighborhoods are represented. But the thing about it is, Rayford, if I vote for you to be a city councilman, woman, to represent me in the city of Jacksonville, all neighborhoods matter.
They do, because your decisions, regardless of what ward you live in or are elected from, your decisions affect all of the city.
Tell me one neighborhood that you can think of right off the top of your head that's been neglected by the city.
I don't know. I can't think of any that have been neglected.
I mean, they're all getting city services, right?
Yeah.
Is it the city's responsibility to go in there and clean it up?
Yeah.
Is it the city's responsibility to fix houses? So, I mean, I don't understand that argument.
They can tear them down if they don't get them fixed up. With ordinances and whatever.
All right, but what I'm saying is,
but it's not their job to do that. That's your job.
Say Country Club Acres, all your neighbors got together and said, we want more attention. Wouldn't you go before the city council and say, this is what we have?
Yeah.
And then you've got all members of the city council sit down and discuss with it and vote on it. I mean, you still have representation.
Yeah. And those wards, those representatives in 2 of the wards have got people at Camp Lejeune that I don't care.
Vote. They don't come off voice.
I don't care what you do for them living in those wards. You're not going to have any impact on their taxes or anything else.
Right.
You just on a handful of people, 500 people or less.
The base paid us taxes.
You said this is Steve?
Steve.
Yes. Is it our Steve?
It's our Steve.
It's not a fake. Not a fake
it's
Steve.
Not a fake Steve.
Steve, you have your ID on you.
Steve.
I do actually.
That's good. Just
got it renewed yesterday.
Oh, very good.
It had not expired, had it?
Very good.
No, it hadn't.
Okay.
No, not till the 3rd of next month.
You know who the people who've got more brass than anybody I've seen are those with an expired driver's license that drive their car to the driver's license office to get it renewed. I
got a ticket like that one time, Ray.
Oh, did you?
Proud of me. Yes, I did.
I'm proud of the officer that gave you the ticket.
You were on a flock camera. That's how we knew.
I went to go get my license renewed, and I didn't know that I had an unpaid ticket.
Oh, you have
So I had a suspended license, and I didn't know it. And I left to go pay the ticket at the courthouse, and the state trooper came right out behind me and pulled me over.
Oh.
The funniest ones were in Wilmington. I'll make that one really quick. At the district court judge there got really ticked off with people coming in and they're brought in for DWI or whatever else for a revoked license. And he would render a verdict, and then they would go get into their cars and drive away. The license being, your license has been suspended, dude. And they get into their cars and drive away. So he was getting complaints about it. So he got up with the bailiff. The bailiff got up with the sheriff's department's traffic unit detail in Wilmington, New Hanover County, and they positioned deputies downtown with a spotter up in the courtroom to let them know who was coming out, what they looked like, and then they would watch them from the judge's chamber to what car they went to get in. That is dumb.
That's what it sounds like happened to Steve.
I liked it.
Yeah, they watched me in when I left, and my wife was with me. We had just got married at that
And you
point.
didn't let her drive?
Well, that was the funny part. My wife has never driven. She can drive. She has driven, but she don't drive. And so, therefore, she doesn't actually have a driver's license. She had a permit for a long time, but that expired. Now she just has an ID card. But the state trooper was going to let me go with a warning and let her drive. And because she didn't have any driver's license, he had to take me to Beaufort. And I laughed because I was like, at least he put her in the back seat. My wife went with us. And because I was handcuffed, he had to put me in the front seat. And, for her safety, she was the one in the back seat. We always laugh about that. Like, at least they put you in the back seat.
This is the best story you've had yet, Steve.
Steve!
Yeah, there's some doozies, I tell you. But yeah, so yeah, that was
there's your act.
That was her first ride in a police car.
There's your opening act for your group at wherever you're going.
Steve's got stories, hit by a car on a bicycle, and now we got an arrest we didn't know anything about. You're a regular bad boy. Wow.
Well, is that in your days of long-haired, hippie freak-looking people?
Yeah, I think I did have long hair.
There you go. Well, you were you just earmarked yourself.
Yeah.
Because I was probably married a few years before I got my hair cut off.
God. Okay. What did you got on your mind before I?
Okay. The reason I called back in this morning, I wanted to tell y'all about my garden project I had worked on yesterday. And share it with you. Is I made me a garden sink.
Yes.
And, what I did was I searched around to find me an old kitchen sink at one of the secondhand stores, and I finally found one. But I made me a little wooden cart, and I put it in it, and like a little countertop for a sink. But I put it on wheels so that I can roll it around the yard. I can put it by the grill when I want to use it there. I can put it in the garden when I'm
beginning to like this.
If I'm cleaning fish, I can take it out to the end of the driveway next to the neighbor's house.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
I see another arrest coming up.
But I made the drain just come out and turn down into where there's a bucket so you can catch the water that runs out or whatever. But yeah, that was my latest project. I'll send Lee some pictures of it. But
I like that.
Yeah, I was excited about that one. Yeah.
How tall is it from the ground? I mean, is it normal sink height?
I went inside. Went inside and measured the kitchen counter. It was
about 40 inches.
But that's how high I made it about 36 and a half. That's what it came out with.
All right, cool. Excellent.
I like it.
Yeah. I thought I hadn't seen one. I'd seen, some similar things to it, but nothing that was mobile. And rigged the faucet up where it's got a water hose hook up like you're hooking up a sprinkler. You just hook it up to the end of the hose.
Nice. Yeah. Very smart.
I was right figure with that.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I like it too. You could put yourself a little portable hot water heater, one of those little 5-gallon ones. Underneath it, you can dry, or you can haul that, with a propane tank, and you could have yourself some hot water too.
I can stretch that garden hose out in the sun and let it lay there for about 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And you got hot water.
You ever spray your plants and they start wilting from the hot water in the holes?
The worst thing I've done is take it and put my thumb over the nozzle to spray it, and then I'm like, holy, that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's surprising how hot that water can get. I always put my hand in front of it trying to, see when it gets cold enough to put it on the plants. But sometimes it scalds my hand and I can't.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
When down in one of the places that I used to stay in Bon Air, it was at the very way up the island. Well, actually, way down the island, away from where the main housing was at the time.
Right.
And this, they have a condo complex down there. Not those townhouses.
Oh
not
God.
condos.
I can see where this is
And the
going.
water, that island is rock. I mean, it's a volcano that had erupted. So there was nothing. They did not dig a hole for the water pipe that ran there, and they had a 4-inch line running from the source of the water
I'm listening
on the surface
Right.
all the way down. So when I was down there, the guy that I rented this condominium unit from, townhouse, he had instructions. Turn the hot water heater off during the day and use the cold water spigot when you take a shower, because that's where the hot water is. And then if you want it cooler than the water coming out of the pipe, then turn the hot water, then turn the hot
This
water
is a
spigot
true
on.
story.
Yes, it's a true story. And then you will get cooler water out of the hot water heater because the hot water heater is not turned on.
That's crazy.
It was, but at nighttime you turn the hot water heater on because then the water is cooling down.
That's crazy.
That was weird,
That is weird.
but there was a process.
I've heard of people in Florida having that, like solar water heaters.
Yeah.
Where they have a large pipe outside that's directly in the sun. It's like a holding tank.
That's what I thought. I
get free hot water.
I thought it would be a great idea to have 2 hot water heaters in your house.
Yeah.
The first one you get the cold water running into, and that way it warms up during the wintertime. It warms up to whatever your room temperature is before it feeds into the other hot water heater. You don't have to turn it on. You just have it in there warming up, and then it goes into the hot water heater, the regular water heater, and it would heat up. Heating it up from 72 or 73 degrees takes a whole lot less energy than heating it up from 55 degrees, the groundwater temperature. So anyway, just saying.
I seen a plumber one time built a solar water heater that would look like a solar panel, but they actually ran copper line up and down, back and forth inside of a box that was painted black.
Yeah, yeah.
And was able to produce hot water like that.
I would think some good old copper pipes up there, big old copper pipes, like 1 inch or so. Build them in squares that are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Big old grid up there on the roof would be cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's probably all you would need during the summertime.
Yeah, most people ain't looking for hot water in the summertime.
Yeah.
At least not around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. Well, I like your idea. Go ahead.
Send me pictures.
Send that picture to Lee. Yeah, send that picture to Lee. I want to see
Yeah.
it.
Steve's story of his suspended license.
Oh, that is just a classic.
Made me think of a story that happened. I think it happened in 2024. But there's a video out of it too. I love watching it. A bizarre courtroom moment in Ann Arbor, Michigan went viral after Corey Harris, facing charges of driving while license suspended, joined his Zoom court hearing while actively driving his car.
I think you told me about that one before.
On May 15, 2024, Harris appeared via Zoom for a hearing in Washtenaw County on a driving with a suspended license case. As soon as the public defender introduced him, Harris connected from the driver's seat, and the judge, Cedric Simpson, immediately noticed he was wearing a seatbelt and his vehicle was in motion. The judge asked, "Mr. Harris, are you driving?"
Distracted driving plus.
And Harris said, "Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office. Just give me a second. I'm parking now." The judge then confirmed he was still moving, prompting the judge to drop his pen, rest his hand on his face, and ask if he was stationary. And Harris was not at the time. Harris's defense team requested an adjournment up to 4 weeks, but the judge refused.
Oh, yeah. That's too late for that.
He explained this is a driving while license suspended case, and he was just driving, and he didn't have a driver's license.
And now I've got a bench warrant for his arrest.
And the defense attorney is like, "Yes, Your Honor, you're correct." The judge revoked Harris's bond and ordered him to surrender to the county jail at 6 p.m. that evening with a bench warrant issued if he failed to appear. And this was without bond. Harris later expressed disbelief, saying, "Oh my God," when he was told of the ruling. But he spent 2 days in custody before being released, and his next court date was scheduled for June 2024. But yeah, there's an actual video, and the judge is going like, "Mr. Harris, are you driving?" And on the video it says, "No, sir, I'm just sitting here. I just moved over to the driver's seat because I'm on the Zoom." And then he even went in to say, "I'm driving a Tesla. Look, it's moving by itself. It's driving by itself. I'm not driving. I'm just sitting in the driver's seat."
Control.
And I'm like, are you serious? How dumb is dumb?
I do not think he needs an IQ test. I think he just had one and he lost.
Well, I'm going to find that video and send it to you.
I want to see that.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I'm
you
just
need
like,
to post that video when you find it.
yes. That's Charlie. Steve Patton, one of our listeners, going back to the flock cameras, he said there was also a North Carolina police officer arrested last week for using the cameras to stalk her boyfriend's ex-wife. Yeah, we talked about that.
It does not matter what you do.
There's always going to be a bad player.
You're going to have individuals that are going to violate the laws, the provisions. That's why they're known as lawbreakers. Police officers have to obey the law as well.
Have you seen her mugshot? She looked like she ran for a while before they arrested her.
You're going to find them being used for, but police officers have been known back in the day to 301 dispatch. Go ahead. Give me a 1028 on yada 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 yada. They can't 10-4, thank you, and that's all that's said.
That's right.
Then there was so much abuse of that.
I can remember a couple times calling a friend and say, "Can you run a plate for me?" And they do. They don't do that anymore now. They got really strict on that.
And then they got really, really strict about it. You better have something in writing when you request one. You better be able to provide some information because they're going to send it to you, and it goes to your supervisors as well.
Right. And there are bad players everywhere.
There are bad players. Give somebody an opportunity, and they will take advantage of it.
All right, let's just go back to a big box store. We know they have cameras.
Yeah.
We see pictures every day on social media from the sheriff's office or JPD saying, "Do you know this person who stole something?" But
those are not PD
Can
cameras.
you imagine that maybe sometimes some of the employees might sit back there and go through the camera and go, "Look at that person. Look at the way they're dressed."
They absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Where do you think some of those wall Martian videos come from? Huh?
Yes, exactly.
There's all sorts of stuff that happens in places like that, and the things that people do while they're in stores like that. I used to go up and sit with some of the guys in one of the big stores in Wilmington that will go unnamed and sit there and watch because they just watch these things. Of course, they're recording. They got multiple cameras and they can zoom them. They can. They have complete control, zoom, pan. They see suspicious people, and of course, they're going to zoom and follow this person. Somebody, especially if they're known to them. If they're known to them as likely shoplifters or have been reported in the past, then they will follow them with the cameras through. And then they will notify via a radio. They find what they call a floor walker or a store walker. Excuse me. And they will sign them to go tail them.
Well, yeah, and you're right. You think about it. There's so many trackable things that people have. These cell phones right here are completely trackable. In McDowell County recently,
You've forgotten to let your camera on last night because I was watching it.
Well, you didn't see anything.
Well, all your butt dialing and everything else that everybody else does. My sister's real infamous for that, and my daughter too.
I would tell you, in McDowell County recently, they caught an alleged thief that broke into a car and stole a woman's AirPods. Well, guess what?
God.
They're trackable. That's how they caught them. Dumb. Yeah, really.
All right, tomorrow. It's Thursday.
I'm so excited about tomorrow.
Why?
Because we have Judge Bob Roop coming on.
Okay.
He's going to sit with us.
What is the bond for interfering with the judge while he's not on the bench?
Leave me out of this is all I've got.
No,
I'm going to shift seats and let
Judge.
him sit next to you.
Judge, Lee wanted me to ask you.
No.
Oh, yes, I will.
Mm-mm. No, I've known Judge Roop for a very long time, before he was a judge, when he was in
I
88.
remember.
Great
I
guy.
remember that.
Great family. But
You ever heard of Fang Fang?
is that a song?
Nope.
Okay, no.
Her full name is Christine Fang Fang Fang.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
We're going to talk about
Yes.
Fang Fang tomorrow,
Okay.
and a certain U.S. congressman here in the United States of America,
Yeah. Would that be
and some declassified FBI records.
Hakeem? Was it the one with
Nope.
Hakeem or a different one?
A
No,
different one.
Hakeem was with the hookers. Isn't that what? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, Fang Fang. I'm trying to remember who.
Fang
Which,
Fang is
there's so many of
Chinese.
them right now.
an operative.
Yes.
We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day. It's going to be hot.
We have a heat advisory out to 8 p.m. tonight,
Hot,
so
yes,
please
so-
be careful.
And regardless of whether they put out a thunderstorm watch or warning or anything else, there's always the chance.
That's right.
You've got temperatures starting to cool off a little
Yes.
bit in the afternoon late, and things can start to form up, like clouds can form up. And then
Right.
I watched one yesterday that I thought for sure was going to develop, but the one I was looking at, I could see it did not. The other one down to the south of me did.
I was in Wilson County last night, and there were some pretty mean looking clouds
Yeah.
forming. I'm like,
All right, we will see you in the morning. You're live and local Real Talk, where we're awake.
absolutely.
Ain't going to be woke, and ain't going to be awoken either.
Be careful.
Bye.
Bye.